Welcome back, everybody, to a special homeowners edition of the Plaid Couch Podcast.
Oh boy!
I do like that bit we've been doing lately.
Today I'm joined by,
I'm Jacob.
Matty Ice, you know and love him.
and I'm Tegan. Yep, so all three homeowners.
Yeah, I own a homestead.
Damn!
I don't know what qualifies it as a homestead.
But you own it.
Yep, and I get that tax break. Well, we have to talk to people, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So, today's a boys' night podcast. So that means we'll talk nothing but football. And
Yep.
Hot
Did
chicks.
you guys see the game last night?
yep.
I
Dude.
didn't.
Aaron Rodgers is on those perkies again, dude. Did you
He
see
was
the
never off
post-game-
of them.
You see the post-game interview? His eyes were wide open, and he goes, "I did something I haven't done in a long time." He's back on the perkies.
What is? Isn't that like, like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever your thought is, yes.
Yeah. He takes those and he sees the Madden play art, the
was g-
defensive play art
was gonna
before the
say,
snap.
isn't that aiding? Isn't that like aiding him? Like, isn't that illegal in competitive sports?
It makes him Professor X.
I don't think it counts as a PED because there's certain approved drugs you could take.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it could still be a substance not allowed by the
By the
league.
FDA.
They can give you some crazy shit.
Yeah.
though.
I've done something I haven't
The
done in a long
freaking
time.
was it Monday night against the Bears? Money. You remember that one? He was on the perkies at
Yeah.
that post game interview. He was talking real slow. Because then
What
he-
do the perks even do for him? Just
painkiller, I
Yeah.
guess.
good.
Probably like for horses, dude.
He's taking that horse
Yes.
tranquilizer.
Because after that, they were down by like 21, I think, and
Mhm.
they came back and won. But then he missed like the next 3 weeks, so he wasn't good to play on it.
Yeah. It's crazy what
You-
some athletes do just to like
You-
finish out that one game.
Have you seen Pro Bowl footage? It's like the Pro Bowl games before the Pro Bowl when Brett Favre, after he won the Super Bowl, they were all like mic'd up.
Mhm.
You can tell he was high as shit. This is when he was addicted to Vicodin.
Oh,
He's taking like, he's talked about it since he's retired, but he was taking like handfuls of Vicodin, and he would keep upping his dosage because he'd get too used to it.
there was a wrestler whose name is Kurt Angle. He was an Olympian. He won the gold medal in wrestling.
Okay.
But he broke his neck during the Olympics
Oh
and
my-
won the gold medal.
God.
But that started him down the painkiller
Yeah.
thing, so he got addicted to it. And at one point, he was taking 60 plus extra strength Vicodin a day. But there was a run at one point when he was wrestling where fans called him Perk Angle instead of Kurt Angle, because that's when he would just like climb up a 20-foot tall cage and do a backflip off of it.
Oh my God.
Miss the other guy completely. But
He's like, I didn't feel that shit.
Like Chris Benoit, it's like,
Yeah.
I can't believe he did that. And then you watch him wrestling and he's just fucking slamming his head and
Yeah,
shit.
his finisher is the diving headbutt.
Yeah. I can believe that he did that.
But also there's like other things where it's like he already didn't seem like the most stable guy even before that. So
That's going to be Tua in a couple of years. He has no plans of retiring, he said, but that was the day after getting a concussion. So maybe let's give him a minute to think on that.
let him sleep
Yeah.
it off.
Yeah, let him sleep it off.
We watched Magruder on the flight back. Do you think he did for this one? Was it the first or second concussion he had?
I want to say the first.
They were talking to the coach about it. He's like, he's in good spirits. We watched Magruder on the flight back together, and he was okay. It was like, what the fuck, dude? That doesn't sound like he's okay.
I wonder who suggested that movie.
Tua, what do you want to watch? He's like,
Magruder. Oh shit, he's concussed. Oh,
man.
he's gonna be done for the season.
Second favorite NFL airplane story. That was mine.
Oh,
My favorite is Russell Wilson on the plane before a game doing high knees. Remember that? They won the game. Everybody's looking at him like he's a fucking dickhead while doing it. They have video of him.
yeah.
He's just doing high knees down the aisles of the plane on
What
the way
the
to a game to warm
fuck?
up. 'Cause why did they take? Why were they not there? Was it this like the COVID year or something?
It could have been.
But they were like on the way to a game the day of.
Yeah.
He's just fucking doing high knees down the aisles, and all his teammates are just sitting there looking at him like he's an asshole.
That actually brings me back to wrestling. There's an infamous story called the plane ride from hell where they took a private jet and they were all getting shit faced, drunk off their ass. Two of the wrestlers actually started having like a full blown fight and they ended up hitting the emergency door.
Holy shit!
Like,
What the fuck, dude?
So the door opened up.
the handle like moved, but the door didn't.
Yeah, because those things are under insane pressure when
Yes.
you're in flight.
But-
Like, if you tried to open those, you couldn't.
Yeah. But it was one of those because they were both big dudes and they like slammed against the door. People retelling the story were like, for a split second, I thought,
You could probably definitely fuck it up. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's that famous flight where it's like they were fucking with the cabin door, like the pipe, or it was something. So like they weren't getting a seal on it.
yeah,
Like it was switched to manual from maintenance or something, and they couldn't figure it out. So the plane wasn't pressurized, and like when you're deprived of oxygen, it like makes you not think no
Mhm.
good. So they're trying to figure out what's going on, why they're getting this warning light, but
Oh,
while
no.
they're not thinking good, and then all of a sudden, like people start passing out, and like it was on autopilot, so it was still flying.
Mhm.
So they're like, "What's going on with this flight now? No one's answering." They got fighter jets, like go see what's happening, and they fly up to the cockpit, and they don't see anybody flying the plane, so they're passed out on the floor.
Jesus.
Yeah, everyone died.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You couldn't do anything to help them
Mhm.
at that point. You'd have had to. You have very limited time to solve the problem because
Yeah.
they weren't getting oxygen.
yeah, it's almost one of those things. By the time you know, it's too
Yeah.
late.
Once you realize what's going on, you have like 5 minutes to figure out how to help yourself.
That's fucked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
And
Ugh.
the more it goes on, you start to think less and less coherently.
mm-hmm.
So that definitely didn't help. So
Yeah.
all they had to do was flip the switch to auto, and they would have all lived. It would have sealed up.
That's fucked up.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Matthew, bring the podcast back up to a happy note.
What's your favorite airplane story? This
The-
is the airplane episode.
The
of
Logan
podcast.
Paul movie, the unofficial
Oh
airplane
my God, I
sequel.
forgot about that, dude.
One YouTube Red was like
Yeah.
pushing tons of movies.
Dude, I forgot about YouTube Red like that. where
Oh
they were-
shit! They did have a bunch of movies, didn't
Yeah.
they?
Because who else got one?
Logan Paul
Or-
got a few.
I used it to watch Vsauce.
Oh yeah,
What was it called?
His-
Mind
like Minefield or something.
Minefield.
Yeah.
Yes. They did some when he locked himself in solitary.
Oh my
It's like,
god.
why are you doing that to yourself? He like didn't know what day it was.
Yeah.
He was hallucinating. And then he walked out. He didn't even realize what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
He just got up and walked out the door. It's like, oh shit. I wasn't supposed to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Oh
he
my-
put himself in solitary confinement and it's like it was like after a couple days.
Yeah.
And like he's vlogging it, he's like he goes to sleep, he wakes up, and they had no clock in there.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm probably on like day 5. And it was on like day 2
Fuck.
of his 10
Yeah.
day. Everyone watching him was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I think the scariest thing would be the internal clock just being like, all right, today's the 10th day, I'm getting out.
Yeah.
and then you're just waiting there,
No one came.
and you're like,
His wife
"Oh."
was getting worried about him.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's especially the scary part, being an outsider looking in, just how quickly someone just loses that time. Yeah. Maybe we'll do a plaid couch solitude.
Dude, let's fucking do it.
We'll each be in our own pods.
Huh?
Dude, I don't know why it reminds me of this, but it's gonna sound so fucked up. Pearl Harbor,
Yeah.
one of the ships sunk, right?
Yeah.
And these guys got trapped in a room
Uh-huh.
in a ship, and it's like sealed up, so there's air in it, but they're under the ocean.
Yeah.
They can't get out. And there's like divers looking for them, and they're like tapping on the walls. And the divers heard them, but they were like not on the one of the walls wasn't like the exterior of the ship, so they couldn't drill in there and get them. They were fucked. It was just a wait for them to starve. And it's like complete dark in there
Yeah.
because the power's out. But just being in there completely dark, you're hoping someone can rescue you.
Oh my gosh. I don't
Yeah.
even know how I would deal with that.
Well, it's like that viral video from, gosh, probably like 10 years ago, where there was a sunken ship and they were looking for bodies. They didn't think anyone was alive, but a chef found like an air pocket.
Oh yeah,
And
he
it's
got
the
rescued.
rescuer's point of view, and the guy just sees the light hit him, and he's like, "What the?"
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just imagine his
Dude.
point of view. You're in pitch black
Yeah.
water, and then you just see a bright light flash at you. I'd be shitting my pants
Yeah.
I
too.
would too. Oh my
The
god.
good Lord's come.
Shit. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, the Pearl Harbor one, because they're like tapping on the walls.
Yeah.
And, like the people that worked at Pearl Harbor, that were like on night watch, they're like,
Mhm.
yeah, you could hear that all throughout the night.
Oh my
And
god.
there's nothing you could do to help those guys. You could just hear that your whole watch.
That's so fucking
Yeah.
crazy. Oh.
That just reminds me of in like the 1800s, I think, maybe even into the 1900s a bit. They had the bells on the graves,
Mm-hmm.
so in case they accidentally buried someone alive.
They could ring the bell.
Oh, okay.
That's why they had. That's why they had gravekeepers. That
Yeah.
was their main job at night, was to hear the bells.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they had to take care of the
Yeah.
graveyard and all that, but that was the majority of it.
Okay.
And
I mean, just imagine you're walking around and you just hear
like, shit.
again.
Scared the shit out of me.
Hey, play it down in there.
It's not. I mean, it is kind of creepy, but the other thing too was they put cages over the graves
Yeah.
too, in case they were vampires or something like
Yeah.
that. So if they came back from the dead,
Yeah.
they were still a cage that they couldn't get past.
Thank God they got rid of all those before our time.
Yeah.
Like the heroes of Salem, Massachusetts,
Mhm.
killing all those witches.
Yeah, you mean the ladies who knew a little bit about plants?
The witches, yeah.
You mean the ladies who just made
Some
medicinal
of them
herbs?
were men.
Yeah.
Some of the witches were men.
You mean the women who had slightly
And men.
and men who had slightly better mental knowledge than the
Yeah, it's
fucks that went and killed them?
Some woman is like, I kind of want to learn about like
What'd you
the
say?
planets. I kind of want to do astrology or astronomy. I mean, fuck astrology. Astronomy. They're like, we're gonna fucking burn you for saying that.
What the fuck do you?
What the hell are you talking
What is
about?
your place in the stars, woman?
Why are you outside?
Burgei, do you remember, especially our freshman year of college, playing Town of Salem?
Yeah. Dude, that would get heated.
For the people listening or watching, Town of Salem was basically a mafia or werewolf style game where,
It's Pilgrim Among Us.
yeah, basically, especially because we played it very early on. There was a mafia team of 3 people, a serial killer who was on their own, and then villagers.
And all the villagers have roles.
Yeah.
Or most of them do.
Oh, wait, that was on online too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it wasn't just a card game. It was
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an online game.
so you could play. That's
We were playing it like right away.
Yeah. You, um, but yeah, I feel like you and I definitely made or were ahead of times on a lot of the metas that
Dude.
came.
Because we would bullshit people. Like,
Oh.
we knew when people were bullshitting us because, like, that's literally impossible with the game conditions.
Yeah.
But then we would know when people didn't know the rules of the game. So I think it was you who got jailed in the middle of the night. And the jailer can, like, kidnap somebody and be like, talk to you in the night. It's like, what are you? Are you the bad guy? You'd have to tell them. And if they don't like what you say, you can shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was you. You got jailed, and he goes, "What's your role?" And you said jailer. They're like, "What the hell?" They're like, "I didn't know there could be 2 jailers." And you were a serial killer.
Yeah.
So if you jail the serial killer and you don't kill him, they kill you in the jail.
Automatically.
Yeah.
oh seriously.
So they're like,
that's sick.
they're like, I didn't know there could be 2 jailers. And you were like, yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that either. And then he didn't kill you and he died.
Yeah.
You fucking killed him.
But the best thing is,
Wait, you get out of the jail there?
he,
Yeah.
he had
And nobody, it just says the jailer died.
but you can also keep notes and stuff.
Yeah, you can
and
have
he
a
put-
will.
He put night 1.
Yeah.
I jailed this guy.
That's the thing. Anything you think that you don't want to say, you can put in your will, and they read your will after you die. So you can be like, this guy's evil. But people were like, if the jailer, if you're jailed by the jailer, you can't kill normally.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like if you're the mafia. So like if the mafia doesn't kill, it's like, oh, the jailer jailed the mafia. He couldn't kill. Now we know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
So he reads the will, and it's like Tegan was in the jail that night. So it's like, oh well, it can't be Tegan because there was a kill. He couldn't have killed because he was in the jail. He can't be mafia.
But it said was killed by the serial killer.
Oh, so people should have known.
Yeah,
Then.
yeah, I was just like, holy cow, they sniped the jailer
Well,
night 1.
Half the people in our meta when we played didn't read the will.
Yeah.
You'd have to like point it out, and then
Yeah.
even then they wouldn't believe you.
I think my favorite meta that I started was being one of the first ones to die, and then convincing the medium there was a second medium.
Yeah, just whoa, there's 2 mediums. Like pretending you're talking to 2 people.
I would purposely try to die right away.
We would just fuck with people. We wouldn't even try to win after we died. We'd fuck with the medium.
Yeah, after we got like so good at the game, it was just like, what can we do to bullshit
'Cause
with people
The
now?
medium was so broken you could talk to the dead people
Yeah.
at night.
That's
They could
fucked.
just tell you what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you were in like a decent lobby, they'd be like, yeah,
'Cause
here's who killed
It's
me.
not like Among Us where you know who kills you all the time. It
Mhm.
would just say you got killed by the mafia.
Yeah.
You don't know who did it. But some things you could do at night, like the lookout, you could see what happened when you died.
I feel like we even started the vet tactic of being like, oh, I hope I survive night 1.
We would say something day 0 to bait getting killed.
Yeah. And then just click.
Yeah.
I feel like the most we got at one point was like 4 or 5 people because the sheriff showed up, the serial
Yeah,
killer,
that
the
was like-
mafia,
Isn't that the bodyguard or something that does that? Or
the veteran.
the veteran, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bodyguard, you select someone, if they get attacked, you die.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just,
You would say shit like, you would say like,
this is my first game. I
Yeah.
hope it goes well.
good luck, everybody. I hope everybody has a good time.
Just something
Yeah.
to put a big old target on your back. And then there was one time you and I were playing. We would play back to back because we were in the dorm room. So
We didn't want to cheat.
yeah.
We played honorably.
And there was one time where I figured out who Burgei's character was just based off our names.
Oh yeah, because we would make names so that Tegan wouldn't know which little pilgrim I was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just in my will put Burgei's a serial killer or Godfather, something like
Yeah.
that.
Huh?
It wasn't true. I don't. Or it might have been.
Or you may have been the opposite. Bro.
Yeah.
And I died right away. And my will pops up saying Burgei's the serial killer, and they went, well, makes sense to me.
I was like, how would he even know that? It makes no sense. And they killed me anyway, and I was bad. That's like I was playing Among Us on like the Discord server,
Uh-huh.
so like with actual people that care about it, at like 3 a.m.
Oh my
all the
God.
time, after a work week. That's the end of a work week, so I'm tired as shit playing Among Us.
Damn, dude, that's
And I was
brutal.
imposter, and I'm just like fucking tired as shit. I go like this, and my guy's just standing in the hallway while I'm just standing there,
Oh.
right? Then it gets to the meeting, and it goes, "Yeah, this guy's definitely imposter. He was playing vision, like he was trying to stand out of our vision in the hallway, like meta
Yeah.
tactics."
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. It's 3 a.m. I'm tired as shit. I was arguing that. That was my argument. Is that I was just standing in the hallway because I'm tired. And this
sounds
is
like a weak argument to me.
Town of Salem was always text chat. This is
Yeah.
in Discord, so I'm pleading my case audibly.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make fucking sense. I wasn't playing Vision, and I wasn't. But also, he was right. I was imposter. So then
He was
I
right
get
before the
voted-
wrong reasons.
I get voted off, and then I hear like 2 people say, "It's like, how did he get voted off for that? Why did we just vote him?
Yeah.
What info did we have?" But the little fucker was right. I was like, "Fuck this game." I never played it again after that night.
I wouldn't either.
I was
Fuck
gonna
that.
say that's one of those nights where it's either like I'm done for the week or I'm done forever.
Also, a lot of the time, because there's no like password you need to join
Mhm.
like the voice. Like you join the server, and then you can click any channel. It's just like we're gonna play a game in channel 3, but anybody on the server could just click channel 3 and fuck with your game.
That's messed
So
up.
people would come in like say the N word a bunch of times, like just do slurs in the channel. You'd ban them, and then they'd get on their alt account and do it again. They'd just keep coming back. It wasn't that fun.
Yeah.
Like when you could actually get a good game going with a good group of people, it was pretty cool
Yeah.
to play Among Us.
Among Us.
But that's rare. At least when I did it that one night.
Mhm.
Usually people are taking it way too serious.
Yeah.
There's like one girl in your game, and everybody's being an incel to her.
Either trying to get with her or trying to get her
Yeah.
out of the.
That was every other game on Overwatch ranked when I was playing Overwatch. Every other game you get one girl playing Mercy, and then the one guy just blaming her the whole fucking match. Like calling her a bitch and
Yeah.
a C word. And I would be like, she's actually not doing that bad. It's actually you're a fucking shitty Genji.
How dare you?
It's actually your fault, not the girl.
Yeah. But I remember when you played Overwatch, you did have that one group that.
Yeah, I had an Overwatch girlfriend.
Proud of you, bud. Proud of you.
I would always, I wanted like I would go on to Overwatch and I'd like, I'm gonna play ranked, get my rank up. But then she'd be on, I'm like, I guess I'm playing casuals. I guess I'm playing casual matches today.
Did she ever invite you, or did you just join?
She would invite me a lot of the time.
Fuck
But
yeah,
the
dude.
thing is she was a Mercy main.
Mm-hmm.
So I would never get to play Mercy. So that was who
You
I
were
mained.
big,
Yeah.
yeah. You were main
Yeah.
in Mercy at that
So
time.
I'd be like playing Zenyatta and sucking, or like trying to play DPS, and I was not good at McCree.
McCree's hard to use.
Yeah, Cole.
Yeah.
He was McCree when I played him.
Uh,
It's high noon.
yeah. I just remember you playing with her and that one group a lot. When we did live together. Another game similar to like Town of Salem and Among Us that I enjoy playing, and I know you guys like it as well, is the board game Secret Hitler.
Oh yeah.
No, that game sucks. I'm just kidding. I love that game.
And it's always the best when Burgei gets liberal and I get fascist.
Oh my gosh.
Because Burgei plays a great liberal.
I'm deductive.
Yeah. Until I'm there because
Yeah.
I will play the long con.
You do. Like
I-
we're one liberal policy away from winning the game, and you're just like you're still passing liberal policies.
Yeah.
The only one that matters is the last one.
Exactly.
You gotta blend in.
And it'll always get to the point where you'll go, I don't trust anyone but Tegan. And then I'm just like, yes.
Well, the way it goes is, I gotta sneeze soon. But like, if you're playing as fascist, you just pass liberal policies. Some liberal is gonna get dealt two fascists. They
Mhm.
have to pass one, and then they get sus on them, and you just lean into it.
Yeah. Or you hope that if you're playing as Secret Hitler, that you have another member of the fascist group who's playing aggressively.
Yeah,
So it's like, okay, I know for sure
that's
he's
how
fascist.
I play when I get fascists. I like immediately
Yeah.
get all the attention on me and hope my other two guys.
Mhm.
If you pass the fascist policies quick, I'll do that. I'll be
Yeah.
like, this guy's gonna know I'm fascist, but I'm gonna do it anyway
Mhm.
to accelerate our game plan, and I'll take all the sus for my team.
Or you just gotta be a master at gaslighting.
You did that to Jaylene one time, where you're like, she goes, I gave him a choice, and you were like, no, you didn't. I got two fascists, and she was like, wait, did you? You literally convinced her that you didn't have a choice.
Yeah, because I played the fascist down and she went, okay, he's fascist. I went, no, I didn't have a choice. You gave me two fascists. She said, no, I gave you a choice. I said, no, you did not. And she went,
And I would have sussed you out insta, but I think we were on the same team, so I went with it. I started flaming Jaylene. Like, how do you not? I was like, not like being like,
No.
oh, I trust Tegan. I was just like, Jaylene, how do you not remember?
no, I don't think we were on the same team, but
I would have called you out, dude.
no, it's because it was a frame one callback. And then Jaylene immediately goes,
She
I?
did instantly. I don't remember which team I was on. I just remember it being like, Jaylene, how do you not know? How can you not?
I think
you were dealt.
that's why Jaylene was just like, I guess I did.
I guess I did. I think
That would never work now because she's too used to being gaslit.
I don't know. I feel like I could pull a sneaky one.
you probably could.
I think even if she did give you two fascists, if she thought she gave you a choice, she wouldn't back down anymore.
Well, that's what she'll do from now on. She'll hand me two fascists. I'll play one, and she'll go, I gave him a choice.
It is crazy when you two are arguing because I don't know what the truth is. It could be anything.
Whether or not I'm liberal or fascist, I just like throwing out
Yeah.
two fascists.
Yeah, Matthew is the chaotic evil of Secret Hitler.
I'll get bored being all liberal and shit, so I'll just throw some shit out there.
He'll just pass the fascist as a liberal just so somebody gets to get shot.
Yeah, and it's usually him.
Yeah.
It's usually
Like, well, I'm
me.
gonna shoot you now, and he is liberal. It's like, well, what the?
Or if he's fascist, he'll look at who Secret Hitler is and go, don't worry, they don't suspect us.
When you get enough people to where Hitler doesn't know who the other fascists
Oh.
are, and you get Hitler, it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's like you don't know what's going on. You're the only one who doesn't know what's going on.
But that makes it just so much more fun.
You got to try to find who is on your team.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
like I did that one time as Hitler where I'm like, okay, I think this guy might be on my team, so I can sneak a fascist out there. And I played it, and they go, I gave you a choice. I'm like, oh, shit. He wasn't on my team. I go, once you, I don't even try to argue it.
Yeah.
When people say I gave you a choice, I go,
But
yeah.
that's why you're so good at being a liberal, because you will do the deduction and all that. You're playing honestly. When
Yeah.
you're a fascist, you get called out. You just go, all right, yeah.
I'll try to pretend to be a liberal, like try to deduct and stuff. once I get called out, where it's like I literally gave you a choice and you passed the wrong, and I don't like.
You can't rebuttal.
Like, well, I guess everybody knows now, but what are you gonna do about it?
Shoot you.
There's no voting out. You got to get the gun.
Well, you just passed a fascist bill for the gun.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So then sometimes you get like, okay, we know it's this guy. We just need the gun next. The next guy, we'll shoot him. And then it's somebody who's a fascist gets
Yeah.
the gun, and we're like, okay, you know who to shoot. And they're like, oh, do we?
Oh, do we?
And then they shoot you. It's like, uh-oh. I think we're going to lose this one.
Well, I think that was the same game where I gaslit Jaylene because her and I were arguing, and then we eventually got around to where the gun came into play,
Yeah.
and her and I were still arguing, and I had the gun, so I just said, "I shoot Jaylene."
And
fuck
she's
up.
like, it's like, what do you think was going to happen when you gave him the gun? The thing is, when you're voting for, like, you can just say, no, I don't want you to have the cards.
Yeah,
It's like, you know when the gun is going to happen.
yeah.
Don't give the guy you don't trust the gun. Don't
Yeah,
give him the
there
bullet.
is some voting in that game.
Yeah, it's like, I just won't put you in government. But some people, it's like halfway through, they're still, usually it's like, vote yes, the first few
Yeah.
rounds. Some people will keep doing that later into the game. It's like, well, you should probably think about this one, guys.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the first few rounds are just the deduction.
Because you go quick and then you don't know when to. Sometimes you got to be like, hold on. Before we move on, we got to talk.
Huh?
That's when people usually yell at me. When I try to do stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be liberal and people will suss me out. I'm like, I'm just trying to figure shit out. You're talking an awful lot.
And then I'm over there just like, yeah, we got to find out.
Like, somebody's got to be the mayor here.
Huh?
Somebody's got to be the voice of reason. Do you ever watch when they'd play Mafia at the Smash Summit House?
I watched it when you and I lived together because you were like, hey, come watch this.
Leffen was so good at it, and like he would always be talking, and people would just trust exactly what he says. He would do that as Mafia too, and he'd lead the whole game. Like he would manufacture the entire game. The one freaking it was the last round, and it was like two friends and then one third guy who was the Mafia, and he's like, the two friends were playing like shit.
Yeah.
Then what they were doing was, like, one claimed doctor at the end, and nobody was saved the whole game.
That's
like,
fucked. How
yeah.
do you do that?
They're like, I'm the doctor. He's like, how have you not saved a single person? That doesn't make sense.
Huh?
Like, what are the odds of that? And he's talking to the other guy. It's like, he could not be the doctor. Like, that literally doesn't make sense. There's no logic to that. I'm obviously the villager. And the guy's like, you have a good point. Like, you're probably the good guy, and my friend's probably the bad guy. Then they vote, and the two friends vote the guy out. So it's like they were right and won the game, but it's like all the logic pointed to him. It's like, I had to go with the power of friendship. Like some stupid Dragon Ball Z shit.
That brings me back to Town of Salem because it always get down to like the last three people, and one's either the serial killer
Yeah.
or mafia, and it's just like, hey, listen.
It's always the shitty argument. It's like all the logic is there, but then that's when the arguments makes the least sense.
Yeah.
Everybody's panicking.
Put your will in the chat.
Like old Among Us days. Oh, that putting. I forgot about this
Yeah.
meta. People would say copy paste your will. If
Yeah.
you're the jailer, copy paste the will, the notes you've been taking. Because if you were faking it, you're like, oh shit. I wasn't taking notes on the jailer because I'm not the
Uh-oh.
jailer. So you couldn't just type up it real quick. It's been 7 nights. You're not
Yeah.
going to type up 7 nights of notes. So the strategy was, if you're evil, the role you're going to claim, you keep fake notes
Yeah.
throughout the game.
That's whoa.
And
Yeah.
You would have
Wait a
you would have a
minute.
fake will.
That's insane.
That way, when people would say copy paste your will, you could do it.
You just manufactured
Yeah.
the whole story.
Dude, the
Holy
meta
shit.
evolved like
Yeah.
just some weird
Yeah.
ass shit.
I remember someone told me to do that once, and I just went, no.
I'm not telling you.
And then they put me up, and they're like, what do you have to say? I'm like, I'm good. I'm not going to show
Yeah.
you my will, though.
I'm not telling you what I am.
Long,
And
long
then
live
I
the
was
king.
safe. And
Yeah.
I want to say I was the mafioso or something, but
The shit you would do would make no sense. The arguments you'd make, but then people would believe you if you say it with enough conviction, I guess, or type it.
type it with enough
Yeah.
conviction.
Get your periods right.
Yeah, I love all those types of games.
Because then you also, in the meta, you had to make sure you were saying something every day.
Mm-hmm.
Because people would be halfway through the game and they'd be like, oh, Tegan hasn't said anything this whole time. Tegan's been real quiet. That's sus.
Yeah.
They didn't say sus back in our day.
No.
That was
Suspicious.
yeah. You just have to chime in. Like, yeah, let's get him.
Yeah. Well, that also introduced the pretend you're away from your keyboard for like the first 2 or 3 nights and just say,
AFK strats.
yeah, I just got back from the bathroom. What's happened?
What the fuck? That's wild.
The AFK strats worked really good if you were, oh, what did the jester?
Jester.
Where you want to get home.
And then jailer. Like if you got jailed, just waiting. So if they
Yeah.
question you the whole time,
You're not saying anything.
and then at the very end, just go, "Sorry, I just got back to my keyboard."
Yeah. I was taking a piss the whole time during the questioning.
Because most of the time the jailer would click to execute you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Then at the end, if you're like, oh shit, I'm here the whole time,
yeah,
be like, maybe they'll give you leeway.
yeah. And then
The jester.
yeah,
Speaking of that, in Among Us, you vote the jester out, the game ends.
okay,
In Town of Salem, you vote the jester out, and it's better, I think, because the game would still go. All that would happen is everybody that voted the jester out would die.
Yeah.
And the jester would get a game win at the end.
yeah,
Jester, it'd be like Jester and Town wins, Jester and Mafia wins. But everybody that voted him out would
Died.
get, or no, the Jester would choose one of the people.
yes, that's
yeah,
what it
the
was.
Jester would die. You'd be like, oh shit, we just killed the Jester and I voted for it. You'd have to hope they didn't pick you. You could pick somebody to kill, and you just pick the biggest asshole.
But sometimes you would hope the jester was on your side.
Oh yeah, because sometimes near the end of the game, the Jester would literally be choosing who wins.
Yeah.
Town or Mafia.
Where it would just be a 50-50 split,
Yeah.
and depending on who they chose, determine
Just
who
is
else
like,
would win.
Who do I want to win the game?
That's crazy.
Dude.
Can we play that?
Yeah,
I think it's probably still going with probably a lot of. It's probably a lot
Updates.
worse. And there
Yeah,
probably a lot more microtransactions.
well,
There's
because
microtransactions in
Yeah,
that game?
there were like skins you could buy.
yeah,
Damn.
There were some cool skins, and then it had death animations.
yep,
That's cool.
Yeah, you'd get like the default was burnt at the stake, but you could get like boiled, crushed to
Hey,
death.
yeah. I forget.
It was
what
all
I
like
got.
it started with all historic ones.
Yeah.
And the default names, if you didn't type a name,
Uh-huh.
you get a default name of an actual Salem victim.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's how when I went to college and we were talking about the witch trials, I'm like,
Oh.
I know these names.
Yeah.
I didn't know the first
Wait a
time.
minute.
The first time telling Town of Salem, I didn't know about the real.
Uh-huh.
They were using real names until we were doing like a mock trial for the
Yeah.
Salem witch trials. I'm like, I know that guy's name. Giles Corey.
Yeah.
I know him. He's in Town of Salem.
That's awesome. Holy shit. That's
Yeah.
oh, man.
Yeah.
That game was fucking great.
It was. I
Next
remember.
video?
Next
Hey,
video?
dude, we can make that a Discord video.
We'd have to get. It was up to 15 people, I think.
Yeah. Us three, Jaylene, Thane, Quentin. We
My
can
mom?
find a, yeah.
Jaylee would be so bad. We got in a heated argument one time about fantasy football. She's like, "You never asked me if mom could be in it." I look back at the texts, right?
And you had.
No, I have the receipts. She quit the league for a week. You remember that?
Oh,
she
yeah.
wasn't gonna do it. That's when I asked our mom to be in it. So she wasn't a part of the league. I didn't need her permission.
Oh.
Jaylene rejoined after. I had happened to not tell her that our mom was in the league now.
Hey, you know what? she was out of the league. So
Hey, the only reason she's mad about it is because she loses to her mom.
yeah,
And hey, week 1, Mom, you got me. You got me.
hey, week 2, Burgei, you got
Yeah,
me.
I put up. Well, I put up numbers, dude. I scored the 5th or 6th most points week 1.
Yeah.
But after week 2, I'm leading the league in points.
Yeah.
With how many points I scored week 2.
It's like in my fantasy football league with my brothers and cousins, I've been top 3 in points both games. And this last week, I faced my cousin who won the whole thing, and he's been really arrogant. So, like, he changed his name to First and Only Champ. So I changed my name to First and Only Champ, but with the rage comic guy with the smiling face mask while crying after I whooped his ass. And then I texted my brother. I was like,
Did you beat him week 2?
Yeah.
He had James Cook.
yeah,
How the fuck? James Cook had 3 touchdowns.
dude, the rest of my team, I'll have to show you the box score after. But I texted my brother afterwards. I said, if he keeps losing, I'm gonna bully him like I'm Richie Incognito.
Yeah.
Who, Matthew, if you don't know, he was a football player who got suspended from the league for bullying someone so bad they
Quit the team.
they left the
Oh my
NFL
God.
completely. And it was this whole
It was a big
whistleblower thing.
Oh, I
Yeah.
believe it. That's fucked up.
And he still somehow got work after that.
He was good.
Yeah.
Look at Kareem Hunt. Remember he kicked that lady, and the
Yeah.
Chiefs are like, "You can't play for us." Now he's on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You're like, come on back.
Come on back. Your timeout's over.
Pacheco got hurt. Come on.
Come on home.
Did you learn your
Dude,
lesson?
that's like anytime someone gets suspended, then the team were like, "You can't play for us. You did some diabolical thing." Always be the Raiders and the Cowboys. Come on over. Come on. You have a home over here.
Your new home.
Oh man.
So funny. I think the Raiders are gonna finally quit doing that after a couple controversies the Raiders have had. Henry Ruggs,
Yeah.
speed kills. That was his like slogan
Yeah.
because he was really fast.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it became true to life.
Yeah.
Oh my
when he was
God.
drunk driving.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was going like 100.
70, I think.
Yeah.
or something.
Something
fucking crazy.
insane.
That's fucked.
Drunk.
I believe it.
Yeah, he killed a lady and a dog.
Dang.
That's fucked too. You look like they survived the initial crash,
Mhm.
but they couldn't get out of the burning car, so they burned to death. Just like he'll burn in hell. The Super Mario Brothers drug PSA, the live action Mario. You remember that, Tegan? He goes, and remember, kids, if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die.
Before you
Yeah.
die. Damn.
Yeah.
Remember, don't be afraid to turn to your priest, your rabbi, your minister, your moms, your dads, your teachers, because drugs can kill. And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die.
What did he mean by that? Dude, there were some wild drug PSAs
Yeah.
back then. Fucking Pee Wee Herman. This is crack. He's holding fucking crack cocaine, and he's still doing the Pee Wee Herman voice.
Was that before or after he got arrested?
Before, like way before.
Okay.
There's what movie is that? Like it's got the all-star cast where it's like got Winnie the Pooh, the turtles in it, and it's just a drug PSA. Ronald Reagan's at the beginning of
Yeah.
it. What is that called? I used to watch that as a kid a lot. I liked all the characters. I didn't know it was anti-drugs when I was watching.
I want to say it's just like
I didn't know what drugs were. Probably as a kid.
it's probably a dare thing, or
Yeah,
I forget the actual title, but yeah,
It
it had
was-
like the Looney Tunes
it
and
was freaking cool. I thought. I haven't watched it in like 20 years.
It was a whole movie?
Yeah.
I'm,
Like we had the VHS tape.
shit, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
dude.
like government funded.
Yeah, the whole war on drugs thing was
They were-
just.
And hey, we lost. Drugs won.
It's just like the
The
emu
emu
war in
war.
Australia.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
emus won.
Damn. Fucking emus, dude. Why didn't we recruit the kangaroos?
Well, we're not Australian, so
I think the emus would win.
yeah.
You ever watch a video on that? They would they had like machine guns on trucks.
Yeah.
They'd go in and try to mow them down. The emus would run faster than the trucks, and they would tank hits. It would take more than one shot. They're fucking huge, dude.
fuck!
Someone needs to make like a horror game of the
Yeah.
emu war where you're just a gunner on a jeep and it's just
No, the army literally couldn't win.
yeah.
So what they had to do was just do a government incentive to hunt them,
Mm-hmm.
and then the farmers won the emu war.
Of course,
They had to crowdsource their war.
of course, the farmers won, dude.
I'm just imagining like the soldiers lining up, getting ready, and then over the horizon.
Because they
What the
lost.
fuck is that?
They lost trucks in that war.
Yeah.
Some of the trucks broke down and became unusable. So the emus were taken like casual. They were taking people out.
Imagine
I don't
being
think
a POW
anybody,
of that
I don't
war.
think any person died, but I might be wrong. There might have been casualties, but I know they lost equipment and they wasted tons of ammo.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The U.S. would have fucking napalmed them. Drone strike them.
They would have too.
Get the F-22. Like when we popped the Chinese spy balloon with the fucking air, we used a missile from an F-22. Like that missile costs more than that whole rig.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We didn't need to use a fighter jet to pop a spy balloon. You know why we did? Because it
Because we're
had
America.
because the F-22. I think it was the F-22. It had no combat experience. They're like, we'll bust it out. Why not? We'll play with our new toy.
Blow the dust off of it.
Which it is a waste of taxpayer funds, but I kind of admire it.
It's
Like
pretty
we
awesome.
just built one of the best killing machines ever made. Let's fucking use it, right? We spent $20 billion on this program. Probably more than 20 billion.
Oh yeah. That actually reminds me. I saw I want to say a TikTok today of someone building a legitimate Iron Man suit with a working arc reactor.
What the fuck?
It's like, why are people building this? Yes, it's cool, but also it's
Dude, there'd be like the nerdy kids in the 80s when you could have chemistry sets. They would buy chemistry sets, take the uranium in them, and try to build nuclear reactors in their garage, and they'd get freaking raided by the FBI or whoever. But, like, they're not trying to do anything bad. They don't know it's illegal. They're just some nerd kid.
Yeah,
They're like, I could build it. And they would build working ones.
I believe it.
It's like, this is incredibly dangerous.
well, it's like all the people who download the anarchist cookbook.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I just wanted to see cool stuff. Yeah, but most of that stuff's for bombs, so obviously that's gonna put some flags up.
I wonder if you just search that once in Google, you put on a list.
Put out a FOIA request for it, Freedom of Information Act. Government request. Please, can I access the anarchist cookbook?
I'm
That
looking for
count
new
as a-
recipes.
That kind of is a government document that they have to release to you.
I think so.
Or just download it on a public library's computer.
Print it out in the library.
Oh man. Manny, do you got anything? You've been pretty quiet this podcast. I know your allergies are getting to you.
Yeah, and I'm tired as fuck. But no, I think we talked a lot about. I'm excited to do more of the Halloween stuff for this.
Yeah,
This season.
It's getting to be spooky season. So
Are we doing a costume party?
Yeah.
So I got invited to one, my brother-in-law's costume party, and I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you who we're going as, if it's a surprise, so I won't. You have to send me the date. I don't know if it conflicts. Probably not.
I don't even think a date's set yet.
Okay.
And what? No invite for me.
do
Maddie and I
you want to
show
go?
up.
Do you want to go to my brother-in-law's costume party?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
You're not invited. Too bad.
We crashed that shit.
What's up? Maddie and I toga.
I think if we do this one, that might be our best couples costume yet.
No.
And we went as Guy Fieri and Guy Fieri the one year.
That was a good one.
Maddie, let's brainstorm and think of what they could be. What's been relevant this year?
Kermit with his cucumber and Miss Piggy.
Oh, it looks like he's changing his costume.
I'd go kind of hard. I think it's a bad pitch if I say, "Do you want to go as Miss Piggy?"
That would be
Yeah.
a bad
That's
pitch.
a bad pitch.
Yeah,
But no,
that's
not it.
Did they do a Taylor Swift? And
Yeah,
they did
We
that
did.
one
I was
already.
Travis Kelce.
last year
Yeah,
So it's not that.
or 2 years ago or something.
last year.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't dating 2 years
Yeah.
ago. Oh my gosh, did you see Taylor Swift endorse Kamala, but Britney likes Trump? They got over it. They didn't. They're like, we don't care. We still like each other.
Wait, I know what they are.
Trump and Putin.
Burgei's gonna be Kurt Cobain and Chloe's gonna be the iPhone.
I thought you were gonna say the shotgun. I found an iPhone in heaven, Pro Max. Dude.
Anyone who doesn't know about that, watch I think our 3rd episode of Mario Party League.
I think the latest one.
No, it won't be the latest one by the time this is out.
Oh yeah, the one that's out now. So the one before the.
It's either 3 or
I
4.
don't know the schedule.
It's either Mario Party.
How many
3 or
have we
4.
done?
7.
Put up the scoreboard.
Yeah, Jalen, put up the scoreboard.
Yeah. Does she have 3 points? Or I don't even remember the last one we filmed. What everyone got? Didn't Matthew win that?
I did. It was.
And I got second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
And I
on
got
my. It
last.
was on my own turf
You got
too.
last. That'll help me out.
Yeah, well, I gotta think if this comes out before or after Mario Party because all this may be getting either cut or bleeped out.
I was pitching this idea to myself. You know how like in
Great salesman.
soccer leagues, it's like, oh, you scored the most goals, you get the golden boot. We could buy like star plushies
Oh,
and hand out bonus stars for who has the most total minigame coins at the end. Minigame happening and coin.
yeah.
Whoever had the most amount of coins at one time. Hand out physical bonus stars.
Dude, let's do it.
Then we need a trophy for first place.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or like a plaque. Like Mario Party 1 champ, and then we just keep them all on the same plaque.
Mm-hmm.
I like the bonus star idea, though.
Yeah,
Because you could buy like a $5 plush. 3 of 'em.
exactly. Yeah,
Get right on it there in marker.
I'll look at that
Coin.
tonight.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, or even just get like a coin plushie.
Ooh, coin and then
Us minigame would be
controller plushie.
something.
A little arcade.
Favorite controllers. Top 10 controller designs.
Top 10 spookiest moments in Mario Party League. Number 10.
Top 10 numbers with one. No. Top 10 numbers between 1 and 10. Number 10, number 9, number 9, number 7, number 8. That video's so good. You gotta put that in the description. Put that link in there.
I did something like that when Jaylene was telling us to make our list of things.
Yeah.
I put in the group chat my top
Yeah.
10 numbers, which I forget. Let me.
He didn't even make a list of things either.
Dude, that was during a week where I had like so much stuff to do.
I just did it at work. Just at work when I have nothing to do on my phone. But I was so glad today my lead wasn't there, so
Mhm.
I was the big dog today, and my radio died halfway through the shift. I was so glad it did. People were apparently calling me all day. I was busy the whole day, but it's like you don't know what area to go to,
Mhm.
and it doesn't really matter too much
Mhm.
what order you do shit in. So I'm just vibing around, and then people are walking up to me. They're like, "They've been calling you on the radio to go down there." I go, "Oh, I'll be down there." They're like, "Here, do you want to tell them?" I'm like, "No, I'll just show up down there." And then another guy told me, I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm heading down there after this."
Just keep the chain going.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't worry, I'm going down there.
All right. Here's my top 10 numbers 0 through 9. Number 10, number 9. Number 9, number 6. Number 8, number 7. Number 7, number 1. Number 6, number 2. Number 5, number 5. Number 4, 0. Number 3, number 4. Number 2, number 3. Number 1, number 8.
Okay. Did you use the same number twice somewhere?
Mm-mm.
Top 10 numbers 0 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 0. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
That is 10 numbers 0 to
Yeah.
9. That tricks you up, or at least me.
All right. Any other topics, or will this be a short podcast this week?
Can't make it a short one. We got to go another half hour.
I'm about to fall over
We gotta
here.
make it a long one for the boys.
All right.
I don't have anything though.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
I want to thank you all for watching. If you're listening on Spotify, be sure to rate this podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, leave us a like, leave us a comment. Crack open a cold one for the boys. And thank you all for watching. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Hit the bell.